Governor Ron DeSantis fighting back tonight against a heavily edited 60 Minutes report about his vaccine rollout program and a deal with a grocery store chain that happened to contribute to his political action committee.
They didn't tell you that we were doing African-American church vaccination drives before Publix ever gave a single shot. They didn't tell you that. They didn't tell you that hospitals were doing shots starting in the third week of December because it didn't fit the narrative. They don't believe in facts. It was a political narrative. It was done with malicious intent and a reckless disregard for the truth. They would.
Fox News media analyst and host of Fox's Media Buzz, Howard Kurtz, takes a closer look tonight.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a close ally of Donald Trump, has been a major target for the media. And 60 Minutes last night accused him of political favoritism in the COVID vaccine program.
Well, it's great to be here.
Weeks before the Republican governor picked Publix supermarkets to distribute vaccines, CBS noted, the company donated $100,000 to his political action committee. DeSantis wouldn't talk to the show, so reporter Sharon Alfonsi confronted him in a news conference where he said he consulted with Palm Beach County officials.
The criticism is that it's pay to play, Governor.
It's wrong. It's a fake narrative. I just disabused you of the narrative, and you don't care about the facts because obviously I laid it out for you in a way that is irrefutable.
Well,
and so it's clearly not.
Isn't there the nearest Publix to the Glades is 30 miles away?
But CBS chose not to air much of DeSantis' public explanation, such as that Publix joined the program weeks after it launched.
The first pharmacies that had it were CVS and Walgreens, and they had a long-term care mission. We reached out to other retail pharmacies, Publix, Walmart. For the Publix, they were the first one to raise their hand, say they were ready to go.
A CBS spokesman told us, as we always do for clarity, 60 Minutes used the portion of the governor's over 2-minute response that directly addressed the question from the correspondent. Alfonsi interviewed one county commissioner who said the governor never met with her about Publix, and an activist who said it's hard for people without cars in one poorer community to reach the nearest Publix. But Florida's emergency management chief, a Democrat, tweeted that state health officials recommended Publix. Publix says any suggestion its role was tied to campaign donations is absolutely false and offensive. Palm Beach County's Democratic Mayor Dave Kerner said today the reporting was not just based on bad information, it was intentionally false. No television report can include a politician's every comment. The question is whether key facts were left out. While the timing of the Publix donation may raise questions, it's hardly the only vaccine player in Florida, and there's no indication the company did a poor job. Shannon?
Howard Kurtz, thank you very much. So as part of our move to a new hour, Fox News at Night is pleased to present a new segment we hope will become a midnight Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific staple. Who said it? So let's bring in two members, favorite members of the Bream team. Democratic strategist Kevin Walling and the Hill media opinion columnist and Fox News contributor, both staying up past their bedtime tonight. Joe Concha, great to see you, gentlemen.
Hey, Shannon,
Happy
good morning,
Tuesday,
good evening.
Right? Yeah.
Good morning, good evening.
Tuesday.
It depends on your time zone. What you guys pick the day that you want it to be, wherever you are. Okay, so you saw the story about Governor DeSantis in 60 Minutes. It didn't take long for people to go online and see the unedited video to see the great difference in the impression that is cast by the way these things were handled. So I want to give you, here is one of our first ones. Now, listen, Howie used one of the ones we're going to use, so let's stick to this one. Here is a tweet. I said this before, and I'll say it again. Publix was recommended by the Florida emergency officials and Healthy Florida as the other pharmacies were not ready to start, period, full stop. No one from the governor's office suggested Publix. It's just absolute malarkey. Either of you have an idea who said that or what party that person belongs to?
I think it's a Democrat.
Raise my hand here, Shannon. I'm going to say Democrat, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Both of you are
agreement.
right. This is the FEMA director for Florida, Jared Moskowitz, his name, for cheating purposes. Now, you guys wouldn't cheat, but it was on the screen. But yeah, a Democrat. So Kevin, he came out forcefully, as other Democrats did too, to say that they had some interaction with CBS or tried to explain, and CBS just did not seem to care. Kevin?
Yeah, Shannon, you know, I'm the Democrat on this panel. I'm no big fan of the Florida governor, but I think 60 Minutes owes him an apology from what I've been seeing and reading about this fake controversy that they tried to stir up. Now, we can have a debate about big money and corporate donations and politics and whether it's right or wrong in this case. But again, there was no connection that they made beyond just the public reporting of that donation. There was no emails, there's no smoking gun, there's no meetings that took place that weren't reported about. And I think 60 Minutes actually owes Governor DeSantis not just a retraction, but an apology for this.
Joe, I'm not sure he's going to get it. We'll let you weigh in on that. But listen, Publix, I'm a little biased because I am a Florida girl, born and raised. It is a Florida company. It is the greatest grocery store to ever land on the planet Earth. But the reality is, it's everywhere. I mean, if you could leverage them to get these vaccinations out, and they have pharmacies. I mean, everybody in Florida lives around a Publix. So, scandal or no?
Yeah, Shannon, to your point, there are more than 800 Publix just in Florida alone. You say they're the greatest company ever to hit Florida. The American public agrees with you. Axios actually had a poll out in 2020 that found that Publix is the #1 most trusted company in the country. So when you have this situation where, okay, there are only so much that hospitals can do and the government can do to get vaccines out to everybody, so you turn to the private sector. And to DeSantis's point, CVS and Walgreens were already handling long-term care facilities. So Publix said, okay, we have 800 locations. We're near almost everybody, not everybody completely, but find me another store or another pharmacy in Florida that's more widespread than this one, and they were ready to go. But this was classic bias of omission. Ron DeSantis' answer, they only showed a couple seconds of. It went on for more than 2 minutes. And I want to know exactly when is 60 Minutes going to pay a visit to an Andrew Cuomo press conference and start yelling questions out at him in terms of the way he's handled nursing homes? Because to Howie's point, it seems that DeSantis, because he is a real contender for 2024, you talk to any Trump supporter, they say, if not Donald Trump, I'll take Ron DeSantis first. An overwhelming majority seem to be saying that. And he seems to be a target right now. And criticism's fine and great reporting is fine. But here, exactly, a retraction and an apology needs to be given by 60 Minutes, which has been around for 50 years and is the highest rated broadcast news magazine in the country. It has influence, and with that influence is a lot of responsibility.
It is responsibility. Let's turn to Georgia now, where there's been a lot of pushback about the law down there. We've learned much more about the law. I think people have become much more educated, have much more information. But here is somebody who is from Georgia. I'll let you guess who. Says this: I'm so excited to be looking at New Jersey, knowing that New Jersey is taking us in the right direction. Just blurt it out if you know which Georgian said that.
Stacey Abrams.
Okay, Joe, I think that was you?
Yeah.
So listen, she's looking to New Jersey that has more restrictive laws in a number of ways. I think with respect to early voting days and those kinds of things. But listen, this made former Governor Chris Christie come after her hard.
I am so excited to be looking at New Jersey, knowing that New Jersey is taking us in the right direction.
Joe?
Boom. Well, look, I'm from Jersey, so that really caught my ear when Abrams said that. So, yeah, what can I say? I've always wanted to be on Jeopardy. This is just as good, believe me. So I believe it's 2-1 right now.
Kevin, Kevin, we'll let you make your closing argument. You got 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's much. I think we're going to see much more of this debate play out as Texas moves forward. Obviously, Georgia's already moved forward on this. Let's have this debate. Let's talk about HR 1 on the national level. Let's talk about what these states are doing, and let's figure out a path forward.
Okay, Kevin and Joe, thank you both very much. A super cute dog thief, an alligator that responds only to wrestling commands. The quirkiest video next.